Hey guys, so I printed Steven some speaker pods. Now I'm gonna go hang out with my best friend and he's gonna go put them in.
Welcome back to Zuki, guys. We got a lot going on here. We got some 3D printed speaker pods. I'll show you why they're a weird shape in a minute. GNR Imports sent over these door wire protectors. Remember I was complaining about not having those because there's no electrical in my door, so I didn't have any. I could not find the part number for these things. I searched every website, I looked at all the diagrams. All I was trying to find was the part number. If I find the part number on this thing somewhere, I'm sure it's on here somewhere. I'll make sure I put it in the description, so if you guys are searching for them, you'll be able to find them. I got these kind of half put together already, but these are the tweeter pods, or whatever the hell you want to call them. I'm gonna 3D print a new piece to take out this top switch set, and I'm gonna put that, oh, go like this. I'm gonna put that right here on this side, facing the steering wheel. And then Angel says we should put one right there below that vent. So if we can get the one there below that vent. These are 6-inch subs we're gonna put right here in this door. And then obviously the crossovers or whatever. So let's start cutting some holes. If you guys are squeamish or you don't like permanent modifications to vehicles, look away. Alright, we have applied some industrial weather stripping, and they're a weird shape because of how these doors are shaped. I want to put them all the way at the front, and they'll be right there, like at the bottom, not really in the way of your feet because they're off to the side. And that made it so that it makes a good seal against the door. I'm going to tape this on here, and then I got a hole saw. I'm going to cut this hole out, and then we're going to mount this ring, and then hopefully mount the speaker there. We're going to have to pull these door cards off and run some wires. So this is going to be a couple of day project. I'm just going to take my time. It's kind of late already tonight, but I'm going to get everything prepped and ready to start tearing this thing apart and ready for car show on Sunday. So stay tuned. Alright, now that there's metal shavings everywhere, we're going to inspect how dirty the inside is. It's only a little dirty, not too bad. Made a nice hole about where we need it. They didn't need to be perfect because that ring's going to be on the outside. But they're pretty close to perfect anyway because that hole saw. And then those little spots that I printed will fill in these gaps. And that foam will make a seal. And that's pretty weatherproof stuff, and it's on the outside anyway, on the inside anyways. So I think it should be fine. I'm gonna clean this up real good and then maybe deburr these edges and then put some paint on it so it doesn't rust. And see if we can get to installing a speaker. See if I can find this that little metal disc. It shot out somewhere. It took off running down the thing, so I'll go find that because that's gonna be fun. But let's get this thing plugged in. I don't know how this keeps happening, but I bought Kill Mat on Amazon and I got Silas, which is absolutely hilarious. I don't really care that much and it works fine. It just seemed like I buy stuff specifically because I tried that last time and it's different than the stuff that I used last time. Last time I used the stuff that goes on top of this. I just didn't like it very much. It went on good, but it didn't stick very well. But we're gonna try it again. I'm gonna throw some alcohol in here, put some sound deadener on that side, and then again also on the inside of this, because they're little 6-inch subs, and I don't think they're gonna thump too bad. I really don't think they're gonna hit very hard at all, but they should sound good. But I don't think they'll sound good if you have that tinny sound coming out of them. So I'm just gonna clean this up real quick and then throw that Silas in there, and then we'll get to mounting this speaker on here. All right, so I cleaned inside the hole some alcohol on the surfaces where we're gonna stick that stuff. Now I'm just gonna paint this edge. And there's a reason why I use colored paint. You can't see this anyways when it's done. And this door is gonna get completely repainted and taken apart and all that at some point anyway. But the point is, I know I didn't miss it. I didn't forget it. And when I'm doing something else and I have that speaker out and I'm like, oh crap, I didn't do that thing or whatever, is if I can avoid it from, you know, rusting because I didn't decide, I just wanted to be lazy and didn't want to put some kind of coating on it or something, then it just helps. Doesn't have to be beautiful, just has to cover all the little sharp edges and whatever. Wow, it's bright. We had an animal in the garage, a bird, and my girls were getting it out. So the speakers got postponed so I could fix this light that's hanging down. I'm surprised it stayed up there. I'm glad I put those clips in it. I don't even know what you call them, those little wire clips that hold it on the drywall. But we gotta pop that back in and then we'll get back on these speakers. All right, guys. We got the light fixed, obviously. I had to do some sketchy shit on that one. And we're gonna get these bent up and put this speaker in. I think we should be done with this side in just a couple minutes. All right, just so you can see, there's already, I don't know if you guys can see or not, but yep, there's a giant hole in there already that goes right to this hole. I already popped that little cap out. I'm just gonna run the wire through it and then run it down in there into the speaker hole, and then I'm gonna pop this wire loom in there, or whatever you want to call it. All right, so you probably just watched a really fast version of my first fail for speaker pods. They probably would have worked fine. But I didn't like the way they were looking. They bolted in fine, I had them ready, but they just, even painted, they're not gonna look very good. So I decided to 3D print something else, and now I got some help. Let's go. All right, let's go for fail number 2. We'll see how this goes. I decided to print these pods. These are little fillers for these hole gaps. I'm gonna stick one there, and then obviously that other one goes over there to fill this void. And then we're gonna drill some holes in them, and I'm actually gonna use riv nuts because F them little black freaking clips. They were freaking nightmare. So hi sweetie, how are you?
Good.
You ready to hear some bumps?
Yep.
Let's do it. Well, we painted it and just bought some a little bit longer screws to hold this plastic together, and we're about to bolt it on and see what it looks like.
So handsome, oh, you have your way.
All right, guys. Angel's about to make me make a mistake. So her rule is if I use a tool more than once, she has to buy it. It's her rule, not my rule. She just thinks things should be done right. But if we know for sure we're only ever going to use it once,
we don't buy
we don't buy it. So we're about to do something sketchy. We got a little hole there. And we're gonna try to Dremel a hole out straight.
You can do it.
I think we're gonna drill a pilot hole, probably the biggest hole saw that I have that'll fit in the circle, which is smaller than that circle, and then hopefully I'm just cutting the little bits out. I don't know how that's gonna work out for us, but we're about to find out. Come along with us.
And it's making me weaken. You and your status, walking like that. It's really getting too much, but I can't pull back. Though I try to resist, I can't fight this. And no one makes me feel like you do. And no one sets my body on fire. And no one gives me shivers like you. Oh, no one does it better. How I try to sleep, but you're deep in my mind. Got a hold of me. When I'm awake, I'm all blind. You and your magic, like infinite power. God knows I try to resist, but you're pulling me closer. Oh, I gotta stay.
Alright, so I 3D printed a little guy. And you know how I do. I don't care what color it is. I only have this color. So I 3D printed this thing. And I just measured the little clips that were in here and kind of made a big version of that that's going to hang down a little bit. And it just, well, I can get it to pop in there. It just clips in, kind of hard to do with one hand. It just clips in there like the other one, and it gives me just enough room there for that that piece that holds the tweeter in, and we're ready to wire this up. So we're gonna pop the tweeter in there and run our wires to our little JBL box and see what it sounds like. Clint, we're watching your video in stereo in the shop. What do you think that sounds?
Really good.
It sounds really good. Wow, it bumps.
It scared me.
It sounds good.
I think we did a good job.
Sounds good? Thanks for watching Clint's video. See you guys.